Okay, this is Mr. Eldredge speaking about another of the greats of American literature, Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was born Marguerite Johnson in St. Louis, Missouri. She had a broad career as a singer, dancer, actress, composer, and Hollywood's first female black director, but is most famous to us as a writer, editor, essayist, playwright, and poet. One of America's greats. A civil rights activist, Maya Angelou worked for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. She's an educator and served as the Reynolds Professor of American Studies at Wake Forest University. She is also one of the coolest people who ever lived, period. This is Mr. Eldredge and his superhero friend Lao Shih Tzu presenting Maya Angelou's Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like the moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of huts of history's shame I rise, up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. This is Mr. Eldredge with an iteration of Maya Angelou's Caged Bird. This is the poem, not the novel, which is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and is a work of genius, though not for the faint of heart, though every American should read it at some point. This is 1983's Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. The caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom.